everybody. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today, I want to talk to you all about counting your blessings. There's a Nigerian song that says, "Count your blessings, name them one by one, then it will surprise you what the Lord has done." And I think this is really, really important. Yeah. So I've had many times where I'm just like, I'm in a situation where I'm like, oh no, Lord, how are you gonna get me out of this situation, please? Because I can't get myself out of this situation. How are you gonna get me out of this situation? And I'm smiling, but there's loads of times where it's like you're actually scared that your life is over. You're scared that you've quit this job and you are not gonna find any. Like I did this. I quit my job without having a new job lined up, but I felt as though God was. It wasn't like an impromptu thing. I felt like God was leading me there. With nothing lined up, I didn't get into the uni I wanted to get. I didn't get into my firm or insurance uni on results day. That's a video for another day for all you uni students out there, or just all you generally nosy people that want to know what happened. I ended up in hospital in my final year of university. Like no joking. Like I was on medication for 6 months. And there's just been a lot of situations in life where I'm like, oh no, like fights. I don't. This it may seem petty to some, but like fighting with your best friends is one of the hardest things as well, because like you're like, well now I've got nobody to talk to because you're my best friend. Especially with someone like me that I don't have all that many. I have a lot of friends, but don't have a lot of people that I feel comfortable to speak to. So when I like fight with my friends, that gets me. And I think there's so many times where, whether it be big or whether it be small, there's things that can happen in your life that you just start to question, like, why is this happening? How am I going to get through this? I don't, God, like, it's kind of like that moment of God, are you still there? Like, are you still there? But the reason this is all entitled Counting Your Blessings is because we serve a God that doesn't change. God is the same yesterday, He's the same today, and He's the same forever. So it's important that, regardless of our season, whether it's a really, really good season or it's a really, really bad season, and it seems as though God isn't there, it seems as though God has deserted you, which He hasn't, because God never leaves nor forsakes His people. He doesn't desert us or anything. It's a lot of the time we're the ones that pull back from Him, we're the ones that, we run away from God, but God doesn't run away from us. But there's so many times where you need to remember how God has blessed you. You need to literally count your blessings, name them one by one, and then it will surprise you what the Lord has done. And then you'll realize that your strength lies in God, who did this, He did this, He did this, He got me out of this predicament, He resolved this situation, He did that for me. And when you count your blessings, you're able to really, when you count your blessings and you look back on situations and you see God's hand at work in it, then those are the moments where you realize it is not by your own strength. We cannot do anything by our own strength. I don't know how many times I've been in a situation, and when you look back on it, it's like, without God, but God, if not for God, I needed the Lord. There are so many things, and this is why I'm releasing this video end of the year. So many things that God has done this year. You can't even begin to name them. Like, you can't begin to name them. And a lot of times people look for the big blessings. People look for, the job offers, the healing, the this, the that. The fact that you woke up every single day that's 365 days worth of blessing. We're on to number 365 already. You woke up every single day. You didn't do it. God did it. At any moment, God could have been like, I want to take the breath out of their lungs and I want them to come and meet me. Nah, He decided, I've still got purpose. I've still got a plan. Your life hasn't been fulfilled yet. You're still on a mission. There's still things I want to do in you. I'm going to wake you up. That's 365 reasons right there to bless the Lord. Count your blessings. Listen, every time every time you drove your car, every time you went on public transport, every time you flew you didn't fly the plane, anytime you went on a plane, anytime you went on a tube, on a train, anytime you crossed the road and you didn't die, you didn't end up in an accident, all these things, these are reasons to bless the Lord. Situations where it's kind of like you spent your money so frivolously, but your money never ran dry. That's a reason to bless the Lord. You never lost your house. That's a reason to bless the Lord. You have good health. That's a reason to bless the Lord. There are so many reasons to bless the Lord. You have family around you. That's a reason to bless the Lord. If you don't even have family that you like, you have friends around you. That's the reason to bless the Lord. If you have family and friends, that's an even bigger reason to bless the Lord. If you have family that you call raw, if you have friends that you call family, that's a massive reason to bless the Lord. If you were in hospital and you didn't know the outcome, but by God's grace, you're here, you're healthy, and you even forgot that you were sick that time, that's a reason to bless the Lord. We have so many reasons to bless the Lord. Yeah, one of the best gifts I've ever been given, and I was given to it as a Secret Santa present last year, is this gift. It's called Dear God, Today I'm Thankful For. And it's a 5-year, I feel like such a YouTuber. Let's catch the light, let you be able to read what this all says. I think I put it upside down. Yeah, there you go. It says, Dear God, I am thankful for. And it's a 5-year gratitude journal. I got it at the beginning of this year. I got it at the end of last year, but started using it at the beginning of this year. And I can't lie, I'm not the best at, keeping track of. I'm not the best at like journaling and stuff. Like I do my Bible devotions and stuff, but in terms of just generally, I never kept a diary when I was a child. All of these things, but I think it was such a timely thing because the beginning of 2017 was a really hard year. Was a really hard season for me. But there were so many things that I could write down that even in the midst of like all that I was going through, in the midst of being in emotional turmoil, I could write down all the things that I was grateful for, all the incredible things that God was doing. And it's the hardest when you're in the midst of a storm, when you're in the midst of a bad situation, to stop and think, what did God do? But things like these things can really you can look back on it and you can remember, right, do you know what? I was so down, but God. And I'm flicking through because I haven't actually looked at this stuff in nearly a year, but I'm just so thankful because we can so quickly overlook God. We can so quickly overlook how He blessed us, how He delivered us, how He sorted out that situation, how He turned things around. It's hard to. This video is quite a hard video to make because I feel like I'm not doing justice to the way God blesses us. I really, really feel like I'm not doing justice to how God blesses us, but it's important to look back and thank Him. It's so easy to ask Him, question Him, why hasn't this happened? Why hasn't that happened? Thank Him for the things that have happened, because the things that have happened, and I'm really, really passionate about this, the things that have happened have a massive impact in shaping your life. There's so many times where I've spoken to so many people and it's like 2017 hasn't been a good year. But what about all the good things that have happened? There's been so many good things, and I feel like as Christians we need to, I'm not saying to act as though certain things, like don't act as though you're not in a storm. If you're in a storm, you're in a storm. But let's not treat God as though, you did that, but you're not doing this. Like, let's remember all the good things He has done. And when you remember all the good things He has done, we're supposed to recount God's works back to Him. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Because it's not these things to us, like we may take them for granted, but they are not small things. And if you think that 2017 has been a bad year, don't just dwell on the bad. Remember the good. Remember that God is faithful. Remember that God is just. Remember that God is a good Father. Remember, that like I said at the beginning of this video, God is the same God. if He did something incredible for you all the way back in 2012, all the way back in 2014, just because it's 3 years ago, it doesn't mean that God is any less God. It doesn't mean that God is any less powerful. It doesn't mean that God is any less sovereign. God is incredible. He is incredible. If you are in a testing time right now, even count that as a blessing, because one thing that my pastor said this year, and it was just, oh yes, he said, he was talking about King David, and he said between David's anointing and David's reigning, there was training. And you know, we should thank God for our training periods, because our training periods mean that we are able to reign and we are able to rule and we're able to live our best life because of the training ground. We shouldn't despise the hard days. We shouldn't despise. We should. They say that they say don't despise humble beginnings. Don't despise the days of the small things. Don't despise your training ground, because that's building you up to be someone incredible. So even if it may seem like, do you know the things I'm going through? You're telling me to bless the Lord. Bless the Lord. Yeah, I'm quite an aggressive person, but I so mean it, because I don't want us to take God for granted. I don't want us to be people who are ungrateful. I don't want there to be people who don't know God, who are of the world, and they're more grateful to God than we are to God. Like, you don't have to be a Christian to say, oh, thank God for this, thank God for that. But sometimes I think some non Christians thank God more than we thank God, because we're waiting on what God will do next. And we're like, God, you haven't done this, you haven't done this. I say this often: live in the now, or you'll miss the blessings. You'll really, really miss the blessings. Just the fact people that God have around you, the fact that you had a Christmas, the fact that you spent time with people. Do you know how many people in the world today are lonely and they don't see anybody on a day-to-day basis? But Christmas Day, just a few days ago, you were laughing, you were jolly, you were with family. It might even be a case of like not all your family were there because you are estranged, and there's situations that God is still working out, but you still had people around you. You made it to today. It's not like we none of us deserve to be here today. We haven't worked for anything. We haven't earned it. But God has decided, yes, my daughter, yes, my son, I'm gonna bless you and you're gonna be here today. So I really, really encourage you guys, count your blessings. Don't don't downplay all the mighty things that God has done, because we may see them as small, but they're mighty. This is the same God that flung the stars into the sky. This same God that created the earth. This is the same God that he reigns supreme, and He chooses that each day He's going to bless you with breath. When we compare ourselves to God and we see the magnitude of God and how small and insignificant we are, yet He knows the amount of hairs on our heads, and He chooses to bless us every day. He doesn't overlook us. He chooses to bless us. Count those blessings, and it will surprise you, and you will come to God. You will approach God completely differently. And I feel as though when you have that different approach to God, He will just you'll have such a much more intimate relationship with Him, because when your parents give you gifts, like, you don't just take it like, yeah, you were supposed to give it to me anyways, thanks. No, no, no. Like, I mean, if you do, we need to talk about that. But yeah, like, you're appreciative when your parents do. You're appreciative when anybody gives you gifts. Like, I don't expect gifts for my birthday. I really don't. When people give me a simple card, I'm like, wow, thank you so much. You thought about me, and I'm bad. I don't give cards. I need to start doing that. Um, but imagine God gives you, first off, the greatest gift that's life. He gave us His Son, die on the cross. So we should at least do the very least of waking up every day, thanking Him for a new day, because that's a blessing. You didn't deserve it, you didn't earn it, you didn't need to be awake. I've spoken, I've been very, very passionate, but I really, as Christians, I don't want us to be people who don't give God enough thanks, who don't give God enough gratitude. We should be people who are constantly thanking the Lord. Thank God for yesterday. Thank God for today. Thank God for the past month. Thank God for the past year. Thank God for the lives of your friends. Thank God for the lives of your family. Thank God that even though you're going through hard times, that you have people who are able to lift you up. Thank God that you have people who are able to speak positive things into your life. And I just think it will just change the way that you view God. It will change the way that you'll view life. You'll change. You'll start to see life as being precious, and that you don't have to be here, and He didn't need to give you another day, but He did. And I think I should just stop speaking now because, like I said, I feel like I can't do justice to just how great God is. But you know, He is great. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Then it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Alright, guys, take care. I think this might be the last video of the year. It might not be, but this might just get edited out. But if, oh gosh, if this is the last video of the year, I want you guys to have such a great time. Like, go to church, go to whatever you call it, crossover service, watch night. Just find people who love the Lord, celebrate your way into the new year. Thank God for all He has done, and thank God in advance for all that He will do. It's been such a blast, you know. That's how you know I'm from Enfield. It's been so great being on this journey with you. Just being able to talk about the Lord. This is one of my favorite things to do. I like. It's my favorite thing to do. I like to talk about God. So it's been great to have this opportunity. I thank God for this, and I pray that in 2018 we will grow together. It will be great. This channel will go from strength to strength. More lives will be touched, and I can't wait to see all that God does in 2018 and how we all grow from what He's doing through me. So yeah, I'm privileged to be the vessel that God has chosen. Right, stay blessed, be safe. Like reality TV and all of that was my idol. If anybody ever asked me if I have an idol, you would have seen like but in hindsight, that was my idol.